Hey everybody, it's Yuki here once again giving you guys an update to the card game I am making, and this could be the first build on itch.io, and that is build 1.00C. And I'm going to show you guys what I have been doing for this. The build will be out within the next 48 hours. So here is what is new, and actually there's a new thing that I just found out about while testing the build. So here is what is new in this build if you check out the update panel. So obviously shout out to Jimmy Duke Gaming, because why not? He deserves it. Subscribe to him on YouTube, Kick, and Facebook, please. Thank you very much. Anyway, here is what is on the build 1.00C on September 21st, 2023. I added a sixth encounter called the Green Slime, and that is made possible by a new asset pack I'm trying out. It's called the Pixels Enemy Pack by Ifengia. I might have said that wrong. I do apologize. I also added a featured enemy section, which is going to be called the featured boss for this build. And then I added a stage 2 section, which is not ready yet, but I'm going to give you a preview in that and the scene. Level 6, which is the last encounter for this build, is going to give you a little taste. The balance, I decided to change the starting HP from 150 to 50 to make it more fair with enemies. So the summary of this is shown here. The next major build is going to be called build 1.10A, which is going to be with the new enemies and the new balance and new cards for you guys to try out. So all the cards you're about to see are little taste of what is to come, because some of the cards that you're gonna see in the next major build are going to be risk cards. For example, you have to give up something to get something. Like, for example, 5 HP for 5 power. That's one of the things I'm thinking about. So let's go ahead and play, and I did discover a little something. But you can now change the window size, but you have to be playing on the downloadable build. So you download it from my Dropbox or from itch.io. So if you play the Dropbox version, you can put it up to 1920 by 1080. Alright? So basically full screen. If you go 1280 by 720, then it's the windowed version. I also updated the enemy database. It's now called the enemy database now. So as you can see the stats of the enemies. Now originally this is called a scriptable object. So what happens is, in the programming or on the Unity side, I actually can add an enemy to this list. It's a list of enemies that I can add. So I made it 3 columns. One, the first 2 columns are normal enemies. So the sample enemy A, orange thing, whatever this thing is called, and whatever this green thing is called. These enemies are found in stages 1 to 5, and their HP and attack power is shown here in this button. Now, pressing the button does nothing, and that's okay, because I did not want it to do anything. It's just there for displaying purposes. Then we have a red thing called the boss slime. This is your final encounter of this build in level 6. This slime can do 15 damage, up to 15. So these guys can do up to 4. But look at this guy can do up to 15. So that's why I had to balance everything out in terms of like the encounters with the cards and stuff. Okay, now keep in mind, if you scroll all the way down, there's nothing here. That's just because I'm working on adding some stuff. Now, I am thinking of doing it one by one, because if I do the scriptable object, it's going to populate the screen, but it's going to populate the screen in a way that is going to go even. Okay, so that's why it's looking like this. So it might be a separate object altogether. So it's template for a scene. Okay. So if this doesn't look good to you now, I'm working on it to make it more presentable. For now, this will have to do. Let's go ahead and actually play a battle for you, because the reward scene is the same, the enemy database, the credit scene is the same. Because I didn't change this much. I will add more to this later, though, because I have a feeling I'm gonna use more assets. Okay, let's go ahead and play one. Now you may have noticed that I have already started. So I already finished encounter one. Believe it or not, if you go to the main menu and come back to play, for some reason it keeps the progress, and initially that was not supposed to be the case. I decided to keep it anyway. So right now we're in battle 2, and it's exactly the same rules as the first update. So you still drag and drop. The only difference now is that if you pay attention to the top, I actually changed the graphic of the health bar and the mana. So you see that little heart on the top left corner of your screen. That's the new heart, your health item thing, and then you have your mana, which is the star. Now, initially, I was going to do it as a number on the heart, but the problem is what's your max HP, because you can increase it with like this right away with this item, this card, increase max health by 5. So that's be a 70. And if I add mana, I have 6 out of 4. Okay. So if we go ahead and attack here. Oops, wrong target. There we go. Now I might change a little bit of how it looks. Just a little bit. But that is the new look graphics I found out about and using another asset pack. I told you the the asset packs are cool. Don't sleep on them asset packs if you're developing a game on Unity. And I understand what's been going on with Unity, but I don't think it affects me much. Just because this is gonna be a free game anyway, so I won't be charged like 20 cents. It's not gonna affect me much. I hope not, but that's what I've been reading. I think it starts at like 200,000 installs. So I can deal 26 damage there. I should have done it right away. So if we're in encounter 3, if I hit the main menu and then go back, and I'm still in encounter 3. Keep in mind you still cannot go backwards. It's not like in Mario where you can actually go back. I know, actually it's not like in the Super Mario World where you can go back a level if you want to. This you cannot go back in, unfortunately. You can also cannot go forward until you beat encounter 3. Now if you do get a game over, it should give you go back to 1. Now if you close the game like I'm about to do now, and I'm going to get it back again. You do start over from 1. That's the thing. Because there's no official save system yet. So the idea of this is to try to get through the entire game, entire encounter thing, like 6 encounters in 1 sitting. Can you do it without losing? If you lose, you go back to 1. If you close the game, you go back to 1. If you go to the main menu, you stay where you are at the time. Just don't close the game by accident, or else you have to start over. That's the caveat. So so when can you play this? I'm still fixing a little bit of something, but this is playable. Um, where can you play? So I'm gonna show you guys something, and that is the internet. No, we're gonna show you guys the it's.io. That's the Unity. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna show you it's.io, and I actually have an account here because I used to do RPG Maker MZ. I'm not MZ. R RPG Maker MV plugin. How when was the last time you heard me say that term? Long time ago. It's been a while. So if you remember me way back when I started RPG Maker, I used to make plugins. No cap. Look at this. I made a plugin that looks like Pokemon. No cap. As you can see here. But this is for the first time I'm actually going to release something that's a game. So when it's released, you could be able to um, download the card game from here. I just have to find out a way to release it, of course, which I know how. I just haven't released it yet. Okay. Now, here's the cool part. You can support the channel too like that, or you can go to the website that I'm going to start making for creations, and that is going to be Yuuki creations.weebly.com. Now, keep in mind this is not done yet, so I just started making the site. So you're not going to be able to do it as of right now, as of the publishing of this particular update video. But a few hours from now, I'm gonna actually upload the thing so that you can play on the site if you wish to do so. If you wish to download it, I believe still have to go through my Dropbox. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Keep in mind, make sure that you download the new version, which is the one that I'm presenting to you, which one I presented to you. Okay, so that's what you guys can take a look at. Next build is where it's going to get really interesting now. So for the next build, we are going to start adding more encounters. We're going into 12 encounters plus the new look database for the enemies and stuff. I'm still have to figure out how I want to do the update scene because that was more of an example. Most likely, I'm gonna go with images, but I still have to decide of how I want to do that. The only idea I have right now is Canva. So if you guys remember me so well, I do the thumbnails for the channel in terms of streaming. So I'm gonna use Canva to do it for updates as well. Now, when it comes to how to support the stuff, you can support me through the regular VR chat streams by doing the super chats. But I'm not sure yet. By her, I know that you guys wanted me to do a Patreon. So I'm thinking about that. Now, where would Patreon be useful? So a lot of you, when I've told you guys to vote on the FPS poll on my channel, and by the way, you still have time to vote on this. Anyway, back when I started to ask you guys about the FPS game that you guys want me to try building, a lot of you said that you want me to do a Patreon or buy me your coffee, which I will do. The caveat is this: the game, the download is free. That's the caveat. I will, however, provide early access for you all if you are a Patreon member. If we go when we go that route. Now, when it comes to the FPS game itself, here's what a lot of you said. A lot of you, I believe, said that you guys want me to do the single player FPS. Now, you might be wondering, what is this $30 for? Well, when I get my next YouTube paycheck, there is going to be an asset pack that I'm going to grab, and that is this. So if we go to FPS kit on the Unity Asset Store, there is an asset pack that is not that. That is for $30 if I remember what it's called. I have in my favorite asset. So there we go. It is this one right here. I have a lot of assets that I can use. That's why I'm like, I have a lot of assets to use. Actually, I can make my own shipment. Yay, another shipment. Who needs another one of those when you have one in Call of Duty already? Oh, it's called FPS Engine. There we go, this one right here. So this allows you to make a FPS game or first person shooter. Okay? And apparently there's going to be more updates and there's a currency system inside of this already. So that's why there's a one for $30. There is another one called the Modular Multiplayer FPS. This is $60. Now here's the thing about this. Here's the thing. This is going to be with multiplayer for multiplayer support, like using the PUN2 Photon Unity Networking 2. That's what it's called. And you get to play multiplayer with me and stuff. And apparently you can make new maps. Now, when I say FPS multiplayer, we're talking about TDM, Team Deathmatch, Gun Game, Domination, and there's bot support as well in case you want to practice. Now, here's another cool fact about this particular asset. This one is using a map. I believe the test map that this guy created. Okay? Now you do need photon in order for this to work. From what I remember though, you can make maps for this and you can do a matchmaking system. And you can do graphics and stuff. So that is the same map, but I think you can change it. You can do different games as well. Okay, and voice as well. Abstract classes allow for easy modifying of existing system and easy creation of new ones. So you can do this stuff right here, and swimming, and all that good stuff. UI, minimap, photon friends, all that good stuff in here. Um, you can also do other features like voice chat. Editor tool for adding player models, plugin system, statistics system. Um, Team integration. You can all and you can find out that there's multiple games made with this. Okay. and kill streaks too. So there's a lot of things to do, but it is $60 though. So why am I showing you guys this? Because of Yuki Creations. So last thing on the docket, on the agenda right here, is going to be where we're going to be taking this. So the card game itself is going to be on the site no matter what. But a lot of you said Yuki Productions, and I said, and I meant to say the channel. But here's a caveat to YouTube guys. I don't know if you noticed, but YouTube's algorithm does not like mixed up content. The only reason why Yuki Productions won, most likely, is because you guys want me to do it on one channel. Here's the deal though. Most of you guys on this main channel, according to a lot of what I saw, VR chat is the winner. The only reason why gaming news is on even on here is because VR chat is a game, so I go ahead and gaming news. So that's what we have here. Okay, so I was thinking of a new channel for anything dealing with anything I create, even if it's in Unity or Unreal Engine. So I'm still thinking about it, but we'll see. Okay, all right. So that is all for now. The next build will be up before 9 p.m. Pacific time. And actually way before that, but I'm giving myself a leeway just in case I need to change last minute bugs. That is why I'm like I truly like Mark Rubin with X Defiant. He's very transparent and I'm trying to be transparent with you guys too. With the creation thing. So that's all for now. We'll see you guys in the next Yuki creation. Just like I always say in the morning, this is another Yuki creation for now. Enjoy!